Good morning, everybody. We're getting started here in just a second. It's not taking too long at all, Stu. Suck it up. It's been like 3 minutes. Oh my gosh. I gotta get everything shared out. Oh my goodness, Stu. Dang it, Stu. Stu is so impatient. Yeah, Stu's an emotional mess right now. It's okay, Stu. I understand. Star Trek Fleet Command's got you all scribbled up. I get it. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody, to the channel. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. And it's not a bad day. It's just a day. Welcome in. Yeah, there was literally just a post like 10 seconds ago by Eco Boost Engine, where they have finally decided on an answer. We were passing up tickets yesterday for those who attended the Twitch live stream where we gave away our battle passes. Yeah, we covered a lot of this, the issue with the fleet commanders and everything. So they're now just going to give out 10 of Kirk and 10 Spock shards while investigating the issue that caused the Legend of the Cosmos mission to not reward correctly, which I think is a great way to do it. That is the appropriate way. This is something that should give thumbs up from everybody. This is the correct way to address that problem. I'll say, look, I get that mistakes happen. They said, and I talked to multiple people there, and they just were pretty honest. Like, we have no idea why this happened. Like, we don't even know how it broke. So I ended up having dozens of tickets sent to me by players. I passed a lot of those tickets up individually, and they were getting addressed individually. But if y'all missed it yesterday on the show, we talked to Eco and said, hey, probably the easiest thing to do is just at some point give out, 10, 5, depending on how many was affected or how many people were affected in terms of shards they were missing, and just give out, that amount of shards to everybody, because you need 150 to unlock the characters anyway. So I think that's the best method, and I'm glad that they're going to do that so that everybody can jump in and get fleet commanders. Now, personally, I didn't run into that issue. Oh, you need 100. I'm sorry. I didn't run into that issue. My Kirk was able to come out and be good immediately. So I got my Kirk, but not everybody had that. And in fact, it was, from the people I talked to, it was less than 1% of the game. But as y'all know, this game is a large game. So 1% is still a pretty significant number. Now, for those curious of the who to get and why Rev got what, I will be doing a video today. I know it's going to come out after the stream, but I'll do a video today breaking down the 2 free-to-play officers that came out yesterday. And then we'll also discuss the 3rd one in Locutus. If y'all want the short answer of it, if you are a player probably in the upper 40s to 50s, I'd probably recommend you go after Spock. But if you are anybody else, Kirk may be more advantageous for you here early on. A lot of that has to do with what bonuses they have towards the end of their tree. There is no wrong choice. And for those who have not, really gone over the content with me and everything, you can get both and then flip between the 2. So it's not like you're making a decision for the rest of your life. But I do think that Kirk is more advantageous to most players, but there's definitely a lot of value in getting Spock. I mean, there really is. And I was talking to a couple of high levels. I don't even know if Ordrin's here. Ordrin's one of the ones I was talking about. He's a regular around the channel. Y'all have probably seen him around, but he's done like the Eliminate the Impossible, which is increasing the cost efficiency of par still and everything. And I think he's gotten into like, I think rank 12, and that knocked down his cost. He was telling me from 32 trillion to 27 trillion on one of his buildings. I mean, and obviously we're sitting here like, what do you mean 32 trillion? I mean, but saving 5 trillion is pretty significant. So it's, there you go. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But for now, I think it's a good system. It's a passive system. I like passive. Fleet Commanders doesn't really add a lot of time in the game, unlike the newest launch, the newest feature in the Borg. So it's one of those where By the way, I'm not here to dump on the Borg. I don't think the Borg is a bad addition. I just think that here's how I keep describing the Borg for me personally, and I will continue to get feedback the more people interact with the Borg. The Borg is good content, and I truly believe that. At its core, in terms of what the Borg loop provides, is good. The negative of it, though, is the grind aspect that it is reintroduced into the game. And I was actually talking with game design about that at length this morning. I do believe the grind is a problem, but at the same time, I believe the refinery is good. I believe that the Borg additions are good and that y'all haven't even seen the final form. Remember, we have another month of this continuing. We have more Borg stuff coming. Assimilation is not just part one. So you do have more, but it's just discussing with them the amount of work that has to be done. So like, for example, here's my Vidar, my max Vidar, and I've only got a cargo capacity of 496,000 without running Strange New World on or Ston or 4 of 11, stuff like that. So it's a lot of grind, and the exocomps that I can get will make that better. It will, but is that okay with everything that's going on? Now, we did get some Borg solo directives today, and we'll see if I end up doing one of those on stream or if I wait till after stream. But I do think that the content is good because it is giving sourcing and it's not finished yet. You know, everybody's talking about independent credits needing to be better, and agreed that nobody's arguing that there's enough independent credits. I don't think anybody's arguing that. So definitely not making that argument. But I do think that the improved sourcing is good. The rewards are solid. It just needs to be understood by them that grind is a problem. Now, I can't share everything that happens in these conversations that I do have with game design, but I can tell you that the point that the hundreds of players that were in our live stream yesterday made was passed along, and I can only hope to continue to do that. Thank you for supporting the channel. All right, let me grab some of these comments now that I'm done with my little monologue. Stu, are you still here, or did you leave? Stu, where's Stu? Stu, where you at? Wherever Stu's still. There he is. I was just wondering if I ran Stu off by getting onto him. I wouldn't get onto him. I like to pick at people. Benjamin, good to see you. So, Brawl says, too much stuff to do in this game, grind, grind, grind. And that's where I'm at. It's not that Borg is bad. I don't think the Borg is bad. I think the Borg is actually really good in terms of what this refinery is currently paying out and what it will probably be when more things happen. So for example, just the uncommon solo exchange payouts, the officer shards, the Vidar loot, that is very useful. Now, I don't really care about the Rhodinium, but I've also told you I'm not a huge fan of the Galaxy extension. The economy has gotten better. With the economy getting better, there is more of an argument to start investing in that Galaxy research extension. But then you've got this Commander XP for sourcing commander stuff. I think it's good. The fleet commander credits and everything are a good addition. The problem is how much grind you have to do to get to this, right? And I think there are some little misses. The biggest three things that I could say are an issue, in my opinion, with the launch of Borg solo armadas is, one, Borg systems are still token systems, meaning that you can only do 2 sales a day, and if somebody interrupts you, they've ruined your ability to do your grind every day. That's problem number one. Problem number one is that all probe systems are still token systems. So because of that, anybody can come and say, mess with Rev. So for me to get my solo directives every day, right here, I've got to create charged nanoprobes. If you ruin my ability to do that, well, that's a problem. So the fact that the token system is still a big issue. The cost in / grind time is ridiculously high. And what I mean by that is they added a third, I can't click it for 6 hours, you see, but they added a third option where I can refine 1 million in nerds. Well, it takes me 2 full trips to do that, approximately 20 minutes each. Now with the epic exocomp, with this exocomp, I could bring the total grind time down to about 15-20 minutes between both warp and using this exocomp to make that happen faster. But these exocomps do not last a very long time, which is another problem. Let's say you did get blown up and had to travel back, your exocomp's probably done. That's an issue. The issue that I actually have to go click an exocomp, but the grind time is high. You took something that for a lot of players was a grind time of 0 minutes and you made it 30 to 60 minutes. That's a problem. And the biggest problem, well, it's not the biggest, honestly. It's the biggest to me as a huge Star Trek fan. The Defiant is useless versus Borg Armadas. That's a big miss because you created something that was designed to fight solo Armadas, and now it only works against half of the currently available solo Armadas, literally becoming inferior in only a few months. Those are my personal biggest 3 issues. Just my personal biggest 3 issues. That doesn't mean that they speak for everybody, but those are my current big problems in the game. Not in the game. Those are my current big problems with Borg solo Armadas. I do think the payouts are good. Payouts are good, and I will die on that hill. I think that the way the payouts launched with officer sourcing, everything is good. But overall, we have a grander problem. And I think that something that you just saw one of the chat recommend, where you have this research that makes the ISS Jelly relevant, that should not be for the ISS Jelly. That should be for the Defiant. If you want to give a bonus to a ship, give it to the Defiant, and let the Defiant continue to be the solo Armada, because all this is simply doing is making the ISS Jelly usable. And I'm not against making the ISS Jelly usable, but there really is no point in the ISS Jelly besides the Jelly Brawl event. So 10 minutes is stupid if you fly like 3+ minutes of system. Yeah, exactly. It's like if you're coming from deep space, because here's part of the argument of why solo Armadas is good from the Scopely perspective. Okay, so let's hear the Scopely perspective real quick. The Scopely perspective is the Borg loop is basically finished when you hit level 35. And what I mean by that is your Vidar's maxed, you've got an away team, you don't have to do a ton of Borg. So this brought life back into the Borg. That in itself is okay. It's the same thing that happened with the Franklin. When you got the Franklin A, you breathed some life into it, you made it relevant again. That part's okay. That part's okay. But the problem is a lot of the math with all of this. The math of, say, travel times. Like if it's supposed to be for us in the 40s, especially, who are a lot of times living in deep space, well, hell, my warp times are a pain in the butt. One, the Vidar doesn't have the warp range to really get from deep space to anywhere anyway, with it only having a 51 warp range for me, and that's with research and everything else. But also, just my travel time to get to this one, 3 minutes. Well, that exocomp lasts 10 minutes, that epic one. And because it's not an attack exocomp, well, it needs to be active before you run off out of your base. So that means I've actually only got a 7-minute exocomp, and if I've got anybody here with a red reticle on them, well, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. So all of this is kind of just like compounding in on itself. Hey, Jorge, good to see you. Lost Soul says, would you get the Prime? Do you think it's worth it? So here's the tricky thing for me. I'm going to answer honestly. Is the Borg Prime that just released worth it? The honest to God answer is yes, it is. But I know Rev's got to throw a but in there. Does this have value? Does it help out? It really does. I don't like it though, because this should not be the answer to make things easier. $100, I'm sorry. Rev's about to go on a little rant. If you're a spinner in the game, please do not take offense. This is not meant to you. I'm not shaming you at anything, in any way, shape, or form. But the answer to make the grind better should not be $100 every month. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be. That's my opinion. I'm okay with $100 making things better. I truly am. I think $100 to make something better is fine. $100 should not be the answer to fix a grind level. This is completely okay. But in terms of does it have value, it actually helps out significantly. And let me just go back, because I talked to people like Ordrin, who is a spender, and he's okay with me talking about our discussions. So he bought the Prime. The biggest chest pull that all of us can do is 1 million inerts. After he does his full cargo, so he brings home his pull and everything, he does it. Basically, the math that worked for him after he bought the Prime is he can do 5 to 6 runs a week. And this is now saving him multiple runs with the refinery. So now he can actually do it only maybe half as much as we would have to do it if we want to max out everything at independent credits, faction credits, and solo Armada directives. So yes, it actually does help a good bit. My gripe is, why is this the answer to the problem? It does work well. And hey, Lube, good to see you. Steve says, I've not looked into the Borg Armadas. I've been doing other stuff. Anything special-wise the level 45 should use, or just the same as the Bajoran Armadas? The biggest thing to take note of, the biggest thing to do for Borg solos is the research. The main thing that you want to look at early on is the combat tree has 4 new researches in it. You're going to want to invest in them. There's a Federation one, a Klingon one, a Romulan one, and for some weird reason, a Jellyfish one. I have done the Klingon and Romulan. What this essentially does is it turns your faction ship into a Vidar, as in it has the Vidar's bonus. See right? Wrong way. See right here? 35,000. If you go and look at your Vidar's special ability at tier 9, you're going to see the exact same thing. So your Vidar, for anybody that's curious, if you're like a level 35 player, a Vidar is actually very good versus your initial solo Armadas because of cybernetic augmentation. So what that does though is, like, if you're like a level 42 player or 46 or 50, etc., it simply turns your faction ships into having the same level of bonus as you would have if you were using a Vidar, but in a much stronger ship. So that's like the number one thing that you want to do immediately for solo Armadas that's different than the Bajoran Armadas. Because if you go out there without this, you'll be like, well, why the heck is this thing so strong? There you go. This helps even the playing field a good deal. Now, if I was still a level 35 player and I was running like Enterprise, Augur, my third ship, what would I make it? I'd make it a Vidar. At level 45, I don't need to use my Vidar because I've got the Valdor, the Katinga, the Augur, the Enterprise, etc. Now, as I said a few minutes ago, one issue that I would like to see changed is, and Jawa, I'll talk about that in a second. One issue I'd like to see changed is the Defiant not working. Now, Jawa says I get 6 Armada directives a day and it takes 100 to run one, 2 weeks to run a solo. Now, this is something I don't like that they did this, but the reason why you're only seeing 6 is you've not maxed out your Vidar. So the solo Armada directive, tier 1 through tier 8 Vidar will not pay out a complete solo Armada directive. If you have got a maxed Vidar, the Borg solo directive daily turn-in gives you 1 Borg Armada a day, just like the Bajoran loop does, but you've got to have your Vidar maxed. If your Vidar is not maxed, then this will not pay out the amount to allow you to run a solo every day. If you are maxed, though, you can run a Borg solo every day if you wanted to. There you go. Did the Borg solo start off gift today only go 35 plus? Yes, it did, Joe. All solo Armadas as a mechanic are designed for level 35 plus. I'm not arguing the right or wrong of that, but I'm pretty sure the gift was also only to 35 plus players. John says that turn-in is expensive. Agreed. And I have made that known to both the community manager, game design. I've talked about that. I think the 2 easiest things to do to make the Borg grind more palatable is 1, remove the token requirement for space. The reason that would be good is, even though the time grind is still there, if you remove the token requirement for this space, I could actually choose and say, you know what, today I'm actually going to go grind Borg. And I'm going to spend an hour, 2 hours on a Saturday, and I'm going to load up with 4 million inert nanoprobes, 7 million inert nanoprobes. And I'll do a week's worth of grinding in one day. With no token there, I can reasonably do that even if I'm worried about somebody smacking me because we're at war. The token makes that more difficult. It also affects everybody's gnarly rows. Yay, we love row. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is lowering the cost of getting an uncommon. Let me pull it up. And Jawa, of course, I'm happy to answer. And if anybody does want to support the channel, real quick, I'm so sorry I'm scatterbraining on this, but for those of you who were asking about an update on baby, James Tiberius, thank y'all for those who donated yesterday for the doctor's appointment. He did go, thankfully no RSV, so that's good. We like no RSV for the baby, but he did get prescribed some eye drops, some decongestion, an antibiotic. So he is sick, But I appreciate everybody who donated in Jawa. Thank you for supporting family. Obviously, because it had lasted several days, many of you were worried about that. So because you called it out, let me just go ahead and tell you, not an issue. Big thumbs up on that. But thank you for everybody who supports the channel. It is tremendously appreciated. Let me put this up at the top of the screen. I think it's weird being here at the bottom. There we go. So thank y'all for those who do that. And if y'all want to, the donate links are right there. Yeah, just normal baby sick. But anyway, back to the point. I do believe that the Borg Solar Armada directives is too expensive. For those who are unaware of the cost, it is 29,000-ish charged nanoprobes. It's 29,000 charged nanoprobes, which is about 500,000 inert probes converted into charged. So that's, for a lot of players, that is a full Vidar cargo. 28.8 thousand. Thank you. I know it's like right at 29,000. So it's right at you needing to go do a full Vidar pull of Vidar cargo to do one solo. The reason this is such a big issue to me is that means that you have to go do another full cargo. You have to do 2 full cargoes a day so that you can then get independent credits and faction credits. So if you want to truly embrace Borg and you want to embrace solo armadas, you've now added a significant grind portion to your day. That's the biggest complaint. Lowering the cost of Borg solo directives would actually help alleviate the grind without having to actually change too much in the game. So to do everything that you need to do a day, you need 1 million inerts. If they lower the cost of solo armada directives, that will lower the amount of grind needed each week by players. I think that is an easy way to go about it. The top 2 things that I've recommended to them is remove the token and then lower the cost of the Borg solo directives. Doing those 2 things alone will greatly reduce the grind time of players, and then insert player choice. And when I say player choice, I'm meaning, yes, you do need to do this, but you get to choose when you do it instead of being forced to do it every single day. So as it currently stands, and Marius, thank you for that, for the baby, not Scopely, PS move to Romania. Hey, I'm gonna need all of Europe, Eastern. I know Romania's not doing anything right now. I'm gonna need all of Eastern Europe to chill out before I even think about moving to Eastern Europe, okay? Love y'all though. Doesn't matter if we're talking about the Balkans or up in North Latvia, anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere near that region right now. I need to be several thousand miles away from everything that's going on. But I appreciate you, and I do think Romania is a beautiful country. So player choice is so big because right now, to run a solo armada mechanic, here's where it's different than Bajor. The Bajor mechanic is nice because, and I do this. Now, right now, I can't show it to you because I've actually already done it. But what I'll do is actually, I could grind 5 or 6 days worth of my Bajoran turn-in. So like when I go do my hostile exchange, I can't show it to you now because I've actually already done it up to yesterday, but I go grind several days of this. So my badges, I just turn in without actually having to grind it. I just do it once and I do it several times and I'm done. So I don't have to go do that every day. And then I do solo armadas every 3 days. So I have player choice in how my grind is. But with the Borg, I currently don't have that. With the Borg, I literally have to go in every day and do it by its current math. Now the exo comps would lower the amount of time I have to do it, but the flip side of that is I still have to do it every day. And the biggest thing that I'm really trying to get them to understand is adding daily grind time is infuriating players and pushing a lot of players away. And the tricky thing is I don't believe that the content that came out yesterday is bad. I really don't. I don't think that you can be objective, look at the content and say what they added with the Borg was bad for the game. I don't think it was. What was bad is the amount of grind time we had to do and the way that it was released. The way that it was released is the issue. The content itself is really good for your game. It just needs tweaking. It needs some big tweaking, but it needs tweaking. Graduate case says if we had a reduction, the frequency of grinds, it wouldn't be terrible. If we had a weekly or monthly runs, it wouldn't be as bad. The biggest problem is the number of grinds that have to be done daily. Bingo. If you could choose when and how you play this game, you enjoy it more. Anytime that you're strong-armed into doing something, you're not going to enjoy it, right? Like, if you are forced to do solo armadas every day, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you choose when you do it, it's more fun. I can say, hey, it's been a long day at work. Rev playing video games, really struggling with life over here. It's It's a long day at work. I want to go home and I want to blow ships up and I want to have fun. I don't want to grind solos today. I just want to go hunt OPC. Well, you can't really do that as much right now because right now you're sitting there, man, work is a slog, but I got to get home because I've got to grind Bajoran probes. Wait, I got to go do Borg probes. Oh God, I got to do my daily still. Wait, it's today, the day that we do Cerritos. I got to do that too. So if we can lower the amount of forced engagement, it opens up more player choice. I think long-term that's better, but all I can do is provide the feedback and hope they listen. What does Eco say about the grind? Well, Eco was here yesterday and I'm having the same discussion with game design. Not that I'm trying to go above Eco's head. I'm not limiting myself to just Eco in my conversations, but I think Eco kind of got the point after we talked to him about it about 30, 40 minutes yesterday during the live stream. I think he's understanding a bit of what players are trying to say, but at the same time, I'm going to keep pushing it because here's where Scopely comes from. Scopely is all about analytics, and a lot of major game companies are like this, where we design things based on numbers. And mathematically, the exocomps fix almost all the problems Rev is complaining about. On paper, in a bubble, it fixes it. In a bubble, this 15-minute rare exo makes it to where you grind 10 minutes and you're done. But that is assuming you've got a perfect 15-minute window to get it done. There's no kid that comes and kicks your shin. There's no boss that comes and annoy you in your cubicle. There's no shower that you're trying to bathe in. Like, this is literally assuming that you can sit down perfectly 15 minutes, no problems happen, bam, we got it. You know, in theory, yes, in a perfect world, this does make everybody able to do everything much faster. But that's not how the real world works. The real world is I'm doing it for 10 minutes, but I got to set my phone down for 5 minutes or set it down for 10 or 30 or whatever. And I have to come back to it. And that's the real world for a lot of players in the game. A lot of players, contrary to what Scopely might want, even if the game is up, it's not sitting here doing this all day long. The game might be up, playtime might be up, but you're not literally interacting every single second. So even though the exocomps I think are a really good thing, I do think the exocomps work well. The math of the exocomps does check out. Like, the math of them does help. It's just not enough. You need something that is more effective at the actual base level of the game. And I think the probe systems needing a token, that getting taken out helps. Removing transwarp cells entirely helps. Or at the very least, removing the limit to transwarp cells. And then lowering the cost of the directives. Kgal says the math can explain the magic bullet theory, but everyone knows there was a second coming. Wow. Okay. Brad says, I know a lot of players that leave the game on PC all day, even when they are AFK for hours. I do that. My game is always on. There have been plenty of times that people have messaged me on my Discord at like 2 a.m. Dude, you're playing on BlueStacks right now? No, the game is just on. I don't actually play. So, I mean, I play, but I'm not playing it literally every time it's on. I leave the PC client up. I mean, I am over here driving Scopely analytics through the roof. And hey, HFF guy, good to see you. But my game is always on. And when I had a desk job, when I was working IT, it was always on my phone. What I did is I would sit at my desk, my phone would be plugged in, and Star Trek Fleet Command would sit up, propped against my monitor on. I wasn't playing, but it was on. It was just sitting there. So I think that's part of it too, is just so many people forget that this is a phone game. It's a mobile game. And I love the PC client. I prefer the PC client over the regular client, but it's still a mobile game. And not everybody can just sit there, activate an exocomp and go grind 20 minutes, 30 minutes to finish everything. So Steve says, if you are part of Row protected server, just disco into Borg system and go nuts with the XO and just leave the disco system all week. Only reason I got the 7th dock. Well, Steve, and I understand that is how some players play. Personally, I'm a big fan of OPC as OPC, even in a token system. I'm one of those dirty pirates. So I'll look in Sigma Karmit right now and go, hey, instead of me spending 30 minutes doing all this daggone work, What if I just took a really big ship and stole this 100,000 inert from Bob Loblaw's Lawmog? Oh my goodness, that's hard to say. Bob Loblaw's Lawmog. Bob Loblaw's Lawmog. That's a good name. So because his name is dirty and difficult, I'm gonna go steal his 100,000 inerts because I believe OPC is OPC. So because people like me exist and people like you exist, the better option is just take the token away. Just take the token away. That way you're not being as inconvenienced because I didn't waste your token, and I'm not being inconvenienced because I'm not wasting my token. The endless grind and never-ending bug fest is why you're quitting in February. No, you're not, Marius. You're staying right here because you love me and I love you. We're going to make this better together, okay? Live long and prosper in this game. Live long in this game. Don't go anywhere, Marius. You've been here for a long time. Don't leave me. Ms. Raver, what research applies to the Defiant to increase its hull health, ship, and attack? Minus tier 4, 4.6 million power. I'm level 41. Mike, everything that applies just generic hull health increase will do that, like the Bajoran favors. Anything that is faction based will not affect the Defiant. The Defiant is not classified as a Federation ship. Gordon says, Eco said about sync events and dailies doesn't work. Reset at different times. Dailies I do in the morning. Can't wait to see what events we have. So Gordon, sure, I get that too. It's all a strong point, which is why I'm making the points that I'm making. Why I'm making the points that I'm making. Jennifer says, is there any benefit in doing a rare or epic Armada for today's resistance is not futile SMS? Seems one will get max points at UC level. I think the only point in doing the rares and epics is the turn ins and the trade ins. Or I guess, SLBs, but it's this one, right? Resistance is not, the solo Armadas. So if you just do any solo, doesn't matter if it's epic, rare, or whatever, you can easily finish this event. They just gave you 2 for free. I don't think I can actually go do the, I don't think I can do it. I might be able to do a 48. I have not tried a Borg 48. I know I can do a Borg 45, and I know I can do 3 in 2 days. So the only point to do a rare or an epic would just be to be able to do the pulls in your store. Okay, yeah, if you're level 31, Jennifer, you're not focusing on solo Armadas. Solo Armada stuff is for 35 plus. Was anyone talking about the New Year's event, or is that already done? What New Year's event? What New Year's event? Life change, can no longer afford to stay glued to my screen for hours on end. New job? Well, hey, Marius, let me be the first to congratulate you on your new job. I think that's amazing. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. I still hope that you stick around, even if in a limited format, but anything that's making your life better, we definitely love for you. So that's awesome. Did a 48 uncommon at Ops 49 with max loot crew on Pylum Baldor Enterprise. Well, I don't have a Pylum, and that makes a big difference. That Pylum's got a lot of attack and a lot of hull health. So, how can you finish the event? I'd need to do a 45. I can't do that. Anything less takes 3 or 6 stars. So John, I don't know where your account's at and what level you're at. For me, it's very doable, but level 39, where's the Borg solo area? Easiest way to spot Borg solo areas is look for the green clouds. So like here's the 35. Any green cloud. Here's one way over here. The 42. So any green cloud is where your Borg solo Armada systems are at. There you go. Vomit green. I mean, it's green. It's more like a neon green. If your vomit's that color, you might want to go see a doctor. You might want to go see a doctor. See you $10 if you really go grab that 10K. Say less. Say less. What ship do I want to use? I'll do anything for money. I've got kids to feed. So your favorite color green? Hey, I'm glad you like it. Is he still here? Is he still here? What level was he? Does anybody remember? This guy? Oh, there he is. All right. 1.7 and he's half dead. These guys should work, right? It should be fine. Let me find Strange New World on real quick and throw her below decks. Group. Group. Strange New World on. Strange New World on. Where you at? Ma'am. That's strike team. Am I blind? Oh. There she is. All right, so you can go right here. Why can't I pull you from a ship? Oh, I got to repair. Hold on. Let me repair. Manage. Assign officers. Okay. Won't let me click you because this game is fun. Assign officers. Now let's do our group. Nicholas, thank you. Appreciate it. Look, if y'all want to donate, best way to do it. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, the way YouTube doesn't take a cut. Those greedy YouTubers. Wrong one. I want you to replace Tilly. All right. That will give us a slight bonus. Does that push us over 500,000? It does. Yay. All right. And away we go. Away we go. Have you said anything about fixing the Fleet Commander bug? I want my 5 Spock shards. They did, John. They will be sending out a box to every player in the game that gives 10 Fleet Commander Kirk and 10 Fleet Commander Spocks. 10 Fleet Commander Kirk and 10 Fleet Commander Spocks. Dutch says, I love all the colors of the game because I'm colorblind and I can't see them. Well, Dutch, I can see how that is disadvantageous to you and your account. And, yeah. I can see that being a problem, my friend. For your case, then we'll just say, hey, 35 is a Traxi if you want to put it in. The next level is this 42 one over here between Fed and Klingon space. And then when you start going into deep space, there's some between Swarm space and there's some between Federation and Romulan space. It's pretty common in terms of like theme, and you can at least recognize the cloud, I hope. But there's some more over here that I haven't even gone to. Not sure what level you are. I'm backwards. Yeah, I need to point this way instead of pointing that way. But chakra colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, which are ironically the same as the rainbow. Well, that's good to know, Elite Goods. I needed to know my chakras. I needed to know. Do a solo Borg. Want to see Cruz. I have to see Marius if we're getting stream sniped today because I don't want to waste my few solo Borgs if I'm getting stream sniped. Sorry late on joining. I selected Kirk, but the plus button isn't working, so I can't select him. Zatarkus. Wrong button. F1. What do you mean the plus button's not working? It's like if I put him out, you don't actually click the plus button. You click Kirk and then the plus button, or you just double click Kirk. Plus button just recognizes that it's empty. So there you go. Use loot cruise when I did Armadas. Price so high on those chests. Nice. Are the Borg Solo 45s doable with an Enterprise, Augur, and ISS Jelly? If you've done all the researches, so the 3 new researchers or 4 new researchers that just came out, depending on your officer's research and levels of those ships, yeah, technically possible. All right, let's go see if we can hit this guy OPC. Let's go see. Can we find him? What was his name? Not that one. Let's see. Where's he at? Is this him? Yep. Oh, he's got 200,000 now? I love this game. Bob Law Laws Law Mog. It's a fantastic name. Is a fantastic name. What crew is he running? Oh man, he's got 5 on there. Oh man, I'm about to be a dirty pirate. I'm gonna be a dirty pirate. Spam the attack button. Spam the attack button. Get him. Boom. Yay. Oh, that's probably gonna be a nasty DM coming. That's gonna be a pleasant DM coming in, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be a pleasant DM. Grass Brigade, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for donating to the channel. I appreciate you supporting me. Now we got to try to get this thing wrapped up before he comes back very incensed. Very incensed. I mean, I would be too. Oh my goodness. Spicy love letter inbound. I'm just going to try to clear and do this grind real quickly. But, I just got it. Thank you for donating to me and my family. I'll put it on the screen in a bit. Thank you. I'm just waiting for that red #1 to pop up in the chat. I'm just waiting. What new research to hit a 45? KF, I will show you. Let me finish this first, because obviously I want to try to do this before somebody comes back and pops me for all my OPC. But there are 4 new researches in the combat tree for fighting Borg solo armadas that essentially turn every faction ship into a Vidar. Really sorry, man. Targeted the wrong ship. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm literally on stream. There's 700 people watching me right now. I'm not going to lie to them. Chat wanted me to smack, and I smacked. We wanted to smack, so we smacked. Yeah, so there are 4 new researchers, one for the ISS Jellyfish, one for the Federation, Romulan, and Klingons that make them into Vidars, essentially. Yeah, Gratz McCade literally paid me to go be a pirate, and I don't regret it. I'm trying to fill up this Vidar really quick. I'm a sinner. I am. Is there anybody else sitting here with OPC? Now, I have a grind crew. I didn't bring a PvP crew, so like I'm not going to go hit him. I've already got 60% hull left. Nothing there. Oh, look at this little baby 34. I should probably, hold on. Let's just be real safe. Get that disco sitting right there. Using 2 Vidars to help me with solo armadas. I mean, if you're a level 35 and you have 2 max Vidars, sure, but why not just do the research for your faction ships? Yeah, Lube, I'm not real happy about doing it without 5, but I just threw something on there. I didn't even think about it. And we wanted to hit OPC. So I should have definitely put 5 of 11 on the ship. Should have definitely put 5 of 11 on the ship. Forget how little these things actually pay out. I'll be grinding forever now. Hank's Corner, thank you. I just got it on my phone. Thank you for donating to me and my channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, Lube, it makes a lot of sense. I was trying to get out here to okay. I was just trying to get out here so that I could complete the task assigned to me by chat. They did give out 200 Armada directives, Jawa. They did. That will be in your gift chest. Infinita skin helps? It does. I don't have the Infinita skin. Rev's a noob. No Infinita skin. Oh, snap. Raleigh got me. Oh, Raleigh. Shout out Raleigh. Love it. Pirate got pirated. Love it. Love it. Shout out to Raleigh. Love it. That's good. We love that. See, we encourage pirating activities. This is how it should be. Shout out to Raleigh there. You get all the officers for the command center when you first unlock the command center. No, Isabella. I mean, as of today, you can get 1 free to play by choosing in the mission path which one you want. Do you want Kirk? Do you want Spock? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get more long term. You will be able to get more long term. But as of like today, the only one that you can get is complete your mission, and you can choose for free which one that you want to have. Almost 45 days into Star Trek Fleet Command, and I'm over halfway to favor to both Klingon and Federation. I'm Ops 19 with over 300,000 materials. Just need more chin shards. Hey, dude, that is awesome, Bose Toby. I would agree that you need more chin shards, but you're making fantastic progress. Fantastic progress. Yeah, let me see where I'm at with my... Now, honestly, the reason I don't have an Infinitus skin is I maxed my Vidar before I needed an Infinitus skin, and then the away team came out, which really I didn't need to get it because of the away teams. I'm 46 out of 60 on the Infinitus skin. I'm not saying it's not valuable. It is. It's just a time in the game where I didn't really need it. You know, because the away teams came out, that paid out my Borg stuff every day, and I'd already maxed my Vidar. So it just didn't have a lot of value to me personally. It is good, and obviously worth going after now that they've revamped the Borg a little bit. But yeah, I mean, and I'm definitely not saying anything negative about it. I do think it's good. I really do. It's just, for me, I didn't need it. So I didn't go after it. Simple as that. Officer presets you don't think about? Hey, don't hate on my officer presets. Surprised not a pack for it yet. They do sell, or there has been a Infinitus skin sell. I need to actually ask them about that. Y'all remind me. We need to ask that. We get a love letter? Chat made me do it. If it makes you feel better, pirate from rep. Rally didn't get $10. No, but they got the loot. So, and since we know how Scopely operates, Rally probably got about $10 in loot. So, I mean, y'all know how expensive loot is in this game. Hey, Omicron, how you doing? Yay, loot. Exactly. I mean, I'll be honest. I'd much rather have the $10. Thank you, Grad Makeda, because babies are expensive. But, yeah, they got the loot. They got the loot. This really screws up my crewing because I got 5 over here. Oh. Anyway. I did what I was asked to do. I did it. And I'm happy. Let's see. Let me read chat real quick. My second contact elite swarm is weird. It says 4,200 points for level 40 swarm armada, but only gives 16. Is a text bug. No. No. All right. You think they'll add the Narada? Probably not. Probably not. Hi to chat and they can something. It's been edited out. But everybody give Bob Loblaw's Lawmog a big shout out. We appreciate them. We appreciate them putting up with Rev's ridiculousness. We appreciate them putting up with Rev's ridiculousness. A few minutes in Borg space just shows why tokens got to go. I agree, Looney. Rev just proved why tokens need to go. Rev just proved it. Send them the OPC shirt or hat. Kevin, here, you want to... I can send them the shirt. There you goes the donate link. Y'all fund the sending of the shirt. We'll send Bob Law's Lawmog a shirt. If y'all want to. We'll send it. Real quick, let me put in these family donations that y'all sent. I'm actually going to go check on the baby here in just a second. We've been live 52 minutes. We'll stay live for about another 45. Let me put these in. A big thank you to Gradumacated and also Hank's Corner. Thank y'all for supporting my family. If y'all do want to send them a shirt, it'd be like $30 for shipping if y'all want to send a shirt to Bob Loblaw's Lawmog. Oh my gosh, the name. All the practice. And then Hank's Corner. I've added them to the bar. Should be higher. I'll be right back. Let me go check on everything. Sorry, y'all. I actually went to check and see if the baby was awake. I was going to show y'all the baby. But, sadly, baby is sleeping. So, I guess tonight, if y'all want to, y'all come by the Twitch channel tonight. And maybe we can show La Baby then if y'all want to see La Baby. So, anyway, we're back at it. All hell chair. What is with y'all in chair? You know, if you can stream with DJ, please. He always makes me laugh. I mean, we stream together when we can. We have a stream we do with Eco once a month, and that one will be coming up in a couple weeks. But we both, schedule-wise, because he's ahead of me and time's different. So I'll be there in a month, 30-ish of following there. Nice, Andy. Chair for president. Nice, Kata. Nice. Oh boy, let me see. Can I upgrade a part here? I need to max this dang thing out. I can upgrade one part. Yay. Yay. Command center refinery not working. Items missing from my inventory. What are you missing, Mac? What are you missing? Would love to know the equivalent size of Dominion Solar Armadas to Borg solos, assuming the research is done. Anyone done testing? I don't think anybody's done a straight 1-to-1 on it. At least not that I'm currently aware of. But I will have a video on those coming out Friday. Maybe today's video. As soon as I get done with this, as soon as I'm done with this right here, I'm gonna do a video for fleet commanders to help y'all with choosing if you haven't chosen already, and the pros and cons of each. So, what's the best way to get G4 at level 45? Events. Events are easily the best way. Events. For Simmer Cruise ISS Jelly in place of the Defiant. But that's the thing. I'm gonna disagree there, AK, because I don't upgrade my ISS Jelly very much, and I don't want to recommend people upgrade their ISS Jelly. I really don't want to recommend people start investing in the ISS Jelly. So, you're missing quantum keys and commander shards. Okay, do you know how many you're missing by chance? That is in the... Crap, where do they shove this into? They shoved it into other... I don't even remember. Where did they put it? Surely they put it into other, right? Oh, look at my refit shards that I don't have. Yay. It's under materials? Oh boy, let's sort through all the mess. Now, Artelek, are you missing 3 shards after doing the collection or after doing a refine? Which one? Which one? Oh God, there's just too much crap in here. There's my quantum communicator, so good. But I haven't had an issue with mine so far. Don't forget, once you unlock your commanders, a daily claim chest in the command refinery, and the token is in there as well. The daily claim, I think I'll have in what, a few hours? Oh, I actually already have it again today. All right, click. And no shards, but I got quantum communicators. Does that let me take it to level 3? I can take it to level 3, which does almost nothing. We'll do it anyway. There we go. I now have a level 3 command center. So has the gift chest now come out? Asp, did they just push the gift chest? They just pushed the gift chest? Ten Spock. Not bad. I've already got Kirk, though. Why does the Borg away mission not pop up anymore? It does pop up. It's just the RNG on it is awful. RNG on it is awful. Let's see. Where are the command center pips? Please don't. Please don't. Let's not encourage that. Let's not encourage that. How much Gold Ducat and Strike Team Ortega does this pay out? I'm kind of curious. I gotta go do worms too. Wow. Actually pays out a significant amount. Wow. Okay. Update game if you're missing the command center. Yeah, if you don't see the command center, you do need to update your game. If you don't see the command center, you need to update your game. Yo, Rune King. Dude, thank you. Says, have a belated Merry Christmas. Thanks for all you do. Quick question. Where are all the Borg Solar Armada systems? I can only find the 41. So, more than happy to show you, Rune King Thor. Thank you for such generosity. That is extremely kind of you. If anybody else wants to donate to support the family, those are the links. So, you've got the early systems. The green cloud signifies them. I know we had one of our other viewers said they're colorblind and can struggle, but the 35s are in Romulan space right there. It's any green cloud. You've got some between the faction spaces. So if we come right way over here, these are the really deep ones. These are the 60s and everything that I won't mess with for a long time. But if you get between faction spaces, so here's a 49 by the swarm spaces. Then you come over, here's the 41 that you were mentioning. And then as we get deeper, this one is the 46 one. This is the one that I went to yesterday. And then if you go even deeper, here is a 53. So any of that has that little green cloud between faction spaces is where they're at. And then the initial ones are actually inside Romulan space, which actually makes sense in terms of game lore and everything. But yeah. Only got Spock shards is because I already unlocked Kirk. The issue, I believe, was with Spock, but I will follow up with them. The heroic SMS is a full unlock of both Ducat and Ortegas if you finish the thing. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. And Rune King, thank you for the support again. I appreciate everybody supporting me and the kids. It's very, very kind of y'all. I really, really do appreciate it. Kids are expensive. Anybody out there just wanting to have them? It's expensive. There's a new chest option. Yeah, I asked. We just mentioned that. My ISS Jelly is stronger than my Defiant at this point, thus the swap. Borg still hit harder. Dominion level 45s will leave 2 ships for the stronghold. Borg's left me limping 1 ship home. Research, there's a lot that goes into that, but I'll have to do a video breaking it all down for sure. The Commander Dust stuff you got, was that your Kirk charge converted into? Maybe? Maybe? No, it can't be because you level up your... Fleet Commanders can level up. Right? I'm going crazy. Info. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't need shards for that. Oh God, I forgot. This thing has got like 30 currencies. So yes, it created dust because you've got like 15 currencies for fleet commanders. I forgot that. I wish I could have shared the picture. When they actually did our pre-arc meeting, they showed us, it was, so we'll go through like a slideshow presentation, and literally on the slideshow was a page devoted entirely to fleet commander currencies. And I'm just sitting here like, are you trolling me right now? Like, is this intentional? There really are so many currencies for fleet commander. So you've got the credits, you've got the XP, you've also got the individual needs or hit the skill tree. And then you've got the quantum keys. And then you've got the Kirk SP, you've got Locutus SP, you've got Spock SP. It's too much. Oh gosh. It's too much. Anyway. Okay, but there are some good stuff. I do like it, but man, the currencies is just a... All right. But yeah, so if you already had one officer, they sent out both. It gave you dust if you already had it, and there you go. And Graduated, thank you once again. My Venmo's just now popped up. I don't know why it took so long for that to pop up, but it popped up on my phone. Need help getting an Enterprise as a free-to-play level 29 player? You are 5 levels away. The Enterprise is available as an epic ship at level 34. So you're a few levels away, my friend. A few levels away. How do you access the command refinery? To access the command refinery, you need to build the command center. Once you build it, the refinery will be available to you. You get the requirements for the command center by completing the mission that you should have got yesterday, and that will allow you to progress through. So I can actually do a turn in here for Kirk, SP, and then there is the dust that I just got. So we'll turn in some dust for more stuff. And then we'll invest in Kirk real quick. While we're sitting here, we might as well invest in Kirk. So there's my credits. And then need more. Okay, so let me pull my Kirk SP. Is your Cerritos a tier 5? My Cerritos is a tier 5, Fenris. How many levels can the pack tier up the command center? Let's see. Have they put it into... Has Ripper been able to update STFC.space with the building yet? Command control. No. It's not been put up into FCFC.space yet. So I don't have the total cost just sitting it in front of me. I think it's like level 20. The command center will take you if you buy one pack. I think it's 20, 21. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you being here. Hope you had a good time. And enjoy Vegas, even if it's your home. Yeah, Ripper is really busy with his new job, so I wasn't sure if he'd got it updated yet. But okay. One pack should take you 20 additional levels. All right, there we go. All right, so turning on my Kirk. Let's go jump back into here. And let's do some upgrading in our skill tree. So I've already done a little bit of, I've done one for impulse speed. Once I get him command center 10 and level rank 5. So I do need to rank him up. Let's go to Admiral Kirk. And let's level up Admiral Kirk a little bit. How high can I take him? I can take him to level 3. So we leveled him up. Let's go back to our skill tree. I can now go down the hunter path, which will open up damage versus hostile types, which is actually something I really want. Remember, and I'll talk to you about this in my video, all the ones with a gold border, those are a permanent buff. They're basically a permanent research, even if they are not on active duty. It is a permanent buff. And then you've got this one down here for whole health. So Explorer one I'm working on, Hunter one I'm probably going to work on. Then down here, got to be Command Center 50, but energy weapon boosting with a maximum 280% boost. As you level him, check the refiner for more Kirk XP. Leveling gives a chest. Well, thank you, Order. Let's back out real quick. I leveled him 2. So, Command Center claim. Look at that. Look at that. Every level gives some juice. That's a little bonus I didn't realize. That's nice. Not going to complain about that too much. Well, Jorge, you get to keep all the chests, apparently. So make sure you emphasize the single gold border is a choice and there's no going back. Also true. Also true. So let's jump back into the skill tree. Oh, speaking of gold borders, salvage operations. But there you go. Protected cargo. Then you've got increased hull health. And each tier got one. And then the one down here for weapons damage is the only one. Yeah, there you go. Or your red pips. Why does everybody want red pips? Why does everybody want red pips? What should I invest into? More impulse? Impulse speed's always good. Warp speed, honestly, is good. But I don't have another quantum key. 95. I appreciate you, Order. And Chris, the Borg Solo Armada crews are literally the exact same as regular Solo Armadas. Same runs, like Cisco, Miles, etc. So, yeah, you're right, Ordrin. I went here, unless I managed to get another key. If I got another key, I could do it. But impulse more important. If I've managed to find another key somehow, but yeah, so I don't know if that'll be something I can do in the future or not. Now, like when I get here, I'm going to choose Federation Hostiles because that's the main thing that I grind. So, yeah. Then Leader, Officer Defense. I don't have too many officers that actually use that stat. But say, Ordrin, I don't know of a way to do it right now, but it's hard for me to think that Scopely doesn't find a way to do that in the future, especially if they're going to think of it like a monetizing it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm real curious how they go along through all this and what they choose to do with it. Tier 3 Enterprise, Tier 2 Augur Max Sally. Can I do Borg solos? Mo, you might be able to do a 35. You might be able to do a 35. And Blair solo armadas for Borg are 3 ships. You can use the Vidar if you're like a level 35 player. Level 35 player. So, do we know how we can get source additional keys? We do not. We do not. But what does the Fleet Commander Strength add do? That one I actually don't have an answer to. Let's pull up, let me see if it mentions it in the write-up. See if it mentions it in the write-up. Let's see. Fleet Commanders. Where is the write-up page? Okay. Are they important? How to improve? Skill points, Merrick speaks of the level up. There's a skill tree. Each branch has a unique tree. You will receive 1 free key. 1 free unique key via the command center. See, this is why, by the way, I said that I think there will be more. Because it says in the write-up, you will receive 1 free unique key via the command center when your fleet commander ranks up to 1, 5, 9, 13, and 18. So he has 5 different levels paying out 5 different keys. Some skills require a quantum key and are considered on-duty selectable. These type of skills only apply when the fleet commander is assigned. You will have to choose 1 skill in the group of skills to unlock. This choice cannot be changed, so choose wisely. Selectable skills have a distinguishable frame around them in the skill tree. Unlocking them requires a key. So if we pull up the tree again, that word free always gets me with Scopely. It always gets me with Scopely. So yeah, that's why I'm wondering if there will be a way to like buy the warp speed. But I'm very happy, by the way, with Impulse. That's much more important for me. But I'm very curious if that's something that I can end up doing if I wanted to. The webpage says switching between certain grouped abilities will become future in a possible update. So what you can also do already is if you have 2 commanders, you can switch between which one's active. There is a 6-hour cooldown right now, but you can do that as well. But see our info. See, I've got, since I did that with Kirk to show y'all earlier, I've got 5.5 hours before I can swap, even though I did the same person. So how to use the dust. See, that's why I'm making a video, by the way, after the stream ends. I want to make a video going over this. The dust is right here. You refine the dust. So once you do 1 commander, you've got it. You get dust, any other shards you get for that commander. If you remember, there are multiple options in the battle pass here, where it starts at milestone 6. You're going to get 5 Spock, but then you also will get over here. So for example, I will get dust for this in milestone 12. I'll get dust at milestone 12. We need a graphic. Scopely really outdid themselves with how confusing they made this. There are a couple of graphics I think I will have to try to put together what I can for today's video. But yeah, it is a bit confusing. How do you get a second commander? Currently, there is no way to get a second commander, but that path will be announced soon. We're only 30 hours into the update. 30 hours into the update. Spock based on what was in the patch. Oh, choose Spock based on what was on the patch notes. Realized it was the wrong choice for me. Any backsies. So Simon, there will be a way to earn the other fleet commanders in the future. There is not a way to like exchange your Kirk for your Spock. Let's see. Oh boy, what else we got here in the chat? So many chats. Does this mean that level 40 we can have 2 fleet commanders at the same time? Yes. So once you hit command center 40, you'll be able to activate 2 fleet commanders. So scroll on down here. Scroll. Right above my head. There, fleet commander 2. Now that's max. So even if you have level 60, there's not a third. But once you hit command center 40, you can then run 2 different fleet commanders. And then you could have Kirk and Spock, or Locutus and Spock, or whatever you wanted to run. Whatever you want to run. Why are there no Borg solos between 41 and 46? Same. Do I look like a game designer? How do I know? I don't know. Design? I don't know. Real quick shout out to Nick. Don't want to put out your whole name or anything, but thank you. I just got the alert that you donated to support the kids. Thank you so much. I've entered it into our system, and it now is updated here on the screen. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Technically, we have the ability to get either Kirk or Spock through Fleet Commander materials pool daily. True. That's a very slow grind. It's a very slow grind. So let me just show what Graduate McCade is talking about, because it is accurate, and I don't like to be inaccurate. The Fleet Commander materials pool right here can pay out shards. I have gotten... Didn't I pull 10 Spock shards? Didn't I pull 10 Spock shards? In one of these tabs, you can see your Spock. If I remember right, doesn't he go to the items menu? I don't know. He's in the command center. I think I've pulled 10 Spock so far. You need to hit our info. Yeah, I'm 10 out of 150. I'm 10 out of 150. Adrian, cruise against spheres is the exact same cruise you would use against Bajoran solos. And yeah, Steven, it is essentially another research tree. Slightly different, but yeah, it's essentially another research tree. Are you blowing up my Valdor while I'm grinding? You are blowing up my Valdor while I'm grinding. I see you, RMG, with your pylum. And with 44 million tritanium. By the time most players get to Ops 40 CC, they've probably unlocked the other. And this is true. In terms of grinding, by the time you get your building to level 40 as a free-to-play, you've probably unlocked multiple fleet commanders. Hell, there's probably more fleet commanders that have come out since then. So, is Riker still useful? Riker's still useful. It all depends on what crews you have. Like, I don't use Riker, but that doesn't mean he's not useful. I will probably use Riker with Borg spheres because I'm not using the Defiant. I'll be using my Augur. So, can we get Scopa to stop using uncommon for base level stuff? No. Just if you want a straight answer. Yeah. By the time most players get... Oh, already read that. Don't forget to upgrade your commander themselves. We have done that, Hellbot. Good to see you, by the way. Good to see you. Best probe grinding crew. I mean, I've been using Strange New World, Pike, Strange New World, Uhura, and 5 of 11. So... let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything else. Just killed a 41 solo with tier 4 int, tier 4 aug, and max Sally. Very nice budget. You probably did your research and you're good. What command officers do you think will come in the future? Honestly, don't know. Bashir is going to excel based on how short these spheres are. Agreed. I love having Bashir. Bashir will be part of my crews for these Armadas. Let me go ahead and throw on a shield since we are streaming. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because I need to start working on this video and see if I can find some graphics. I do appreciate y'all hanging around. We've been around live about, what, hour 20? I'll say a huge thank you. Thank you for those who donated to helping heal the kids, heal the children. I really appreciate y'all supporting me. I'm going to get this video out, and then we have a live stream tonight. I will, I've been starting my live streams a little earlier because of Comcast issues, but live stream tonight if y'all want to come hang out. Appreciate you. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those space cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you literally soon. Why is my voice trying to go out? Ah.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.